What's the deal? My name is Dale Cover. Welcome to another episode of the What the Deal Dale podcast. We got a very special episode today because we got, as you can see, two guests representing Boston. Don't worry about the hat. We'll get to that later.
I actually hate that.
We got Mr. Reece Cotton. How you doing?
Not bad. How you doing?
And J.R. Adams. And as always, my co-host.
Hey, Dub, a.k.a. Hoodie Smith.
And Liani Perez. What's up?
Boom. Making sure everything is good to go. So big news in the Boston area, guys. Because I don't know if you guys know, but on Friday, these guys are going to be debuting on Hart of the City, Kevin Hart's program. That's awesome. Congratulations for that, guys. Congratulations.
Thank you.
For that.
Thank you very much.
So, how did this happen? I know a lot of people want to know. One of the things for me, the reason why I wanted to talk to you, because we want to see the path to success, right? Right. How does that work? How does that? People don't just go from A to Z by accident. So what does that look like? What is that process?
Actually, this one was kind of simple. Like, like we don't know exactly what happened behind the scenes. I'm finding out a little bit now, but our good friend Jonathan Gates, he runs a room in Slades in Boston. And he hooked up with Kevin Hart's people, and they, he got them to come to Boston for the Heart of the City season 2, and they put it on Facebook, had an audition, and there was going to be like multiple rounds and stuff, but when they sent the video, I found this out later. When they sent the video to Kevin Hart's people, saying like, these are the people that's going to make it to the rounds, they actually saw our videos and said, nah, we ain't going to do multiple rounds. We want these people. Yeah.
Awesome. So you just made it happen. All right. Yeah. All right, guys. I was trying to get you a way to make it happen, but basically he's just saying you just got to do your thing. Step up.
No, it's true. You gotta when an opportunity knocks, you just gotta take it, shoot your shot, because you don't know when these types of auditions are gonna circle back. You know. So when you hear about them, jump on them, and just don't look back, man. Just do your best, and hope for the best.
Right.
So the episode is gonna air Friday.
Correct. It is the finale.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So they saved the best for last. That's dope.
We headlined in it.
Yeah. All right.
Awesome.
So where can people find it? How do they find it?
Well, first you gotta have cable.
Yeah. It's
gonna be on. I don't have cable.
It's gonna be on.
I'm gonna fire stick that.
Send me the video.
Fire stick that. Comedy Central. So if you tune into Comedy Central Friday night, 11 p.m. Eastern, you will catch us on Heart of the City 2 for Boston. Sometimes the episodes are available online after the fact. Right. ComedyCentral.com. That may not be the case with every episode, so I can't say for sure that it will be available, but sometimes they are available.
Just go to your friend's house if you know they got cable. Go to your friend's house.
My mama's house. Mommy, I'm going to the house.
And just go watch it. Just go watch it. People ask me if I'm going to watch it. I don't know if I'm going to watch it. I mean, because I was there, you know what I mean?
You're going to watch it.
Come on,
like,
man.
I was there. Man. I know what I said. Like, I know what my jokes are.
Actually, I'm the same way. When I don't watch the podcast with sound. I just watch the nonverbals.
Nice.
I barely listen to the sound because I don't want to. I don't like my voice.
All right, so everybody, you know what? Now that now my question: how did it feel to meet Kevin Hart? How did you feel?
You first.
Go ahead. Reece, how'd you feel meeting the man?
When I first saw Kevin Hart, it wasn't really like a meet, like, hey, how are you doing? I just saw him come around. I was sitting down and I just saw him like look around the corner real quick at us because we were sitting down, and for the most part we were facing this way, and he was over that way, and I just happened to glance like this, and I caught it was like looking at the sun. It was
nice.
It was nice. I couldn't look too long because it hurt. So
that's a small sun, eh? Kevin Hart's a small dude, so he's like, it was a sunrise and sunset real quick. It was,
I feel like this. One thing I learned.
Kevin, I was playing.
That's that one off for the future one.
I'm saying, I'm looking, I'm like, I might be on Heart of the City 3. If this come back, I'll be like, I gotta explain that.
Now, one thing I do like noticed about like Kevin Hart is one thing, he's very professional.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's very professional. Like, we didn't really chop it up with him, you know, off camera.
Right.
So basically, he came out here, introduced himself. Like, he had to say, "Hi, my name is Kevin Hart," which is kind of weird. Like,
you know.
we know who you are, you know. But like, he introduced himself, and it was straight up and down. As soon as the camera's on, right to business. You know what I mean? So, so all you comedians out there, who whatever camera I gotta look at, be professional. Like, be funny on stage, be a little character, but after it goes off, be professional. Okay. But that was one thing I learned from him. Another thing I learned from him was, like, the whole point of him doing this Heart of the City is to let the world and America know that comedy is not about New York City and LA. Like, there's a lot more funny out there. So he took his name to reach out and put people like us, you know, on the map. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, he didn't even have to do that. You know, like, he has his own comedy special coming up, and he's doing tour on his own show. But he took the time out of his schedule. You know, he's filming Jumanji and stuff. He took time out of his schedule to put us on the map. You know?
Marathons.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. So there's like I would say, I don't know, like 30 comedians out that he put on Comedy Central already. You know, so I mean, and that's all under his name. You know, he didn't have to do that. So like, that was one thing that I learned from him. Like, you know, give back to the scene. You know what I mean?
And that's just Heart of the City. He also has Next Level, if I'm saying it correctly, which is another opportunity and program on Comedy Central for comedians to do a bit more time, who are a bit more seasoned. You know, give them an opportunity and a platform. So this is just a drop in something much more big and grander that he's been doing, and all the time and energy and stuff he's been pursuing, and getting that unseen, unknown talent, that look, that platform, that visibility, that opportunity.
Yeah. And the fact that he just, even when we did our show, like, all the comedians went on stage, and he came up afterwards, and we all, you know, stood up behind him or whatever. He didn't tell any jokes. He wasn't funny. He wasn't anything. He was completely monotone and completely serious, because he didn't want to take any shine away from us.
Nice.
Like, that just spoke volumes. Like, he didn't want to. I mean, it was a stage. The audience there was ready to laugh. He could have, you know, relished the moment and, like, you know, took over the crowd. But he was like, "Nah, I'm not gonna take any shine away from the comedians." So it was great. It was a good time.
So he was able to let you do your thing, whatever. But like I said, I mean, I know you guys was happy and everything like that. But tell me the best moment that you guys, like, when you was in your set, or like with meeting him, or like, what was like the best moment, like, you was excited about, like. What was the best moment? Like, when you first knew that you was gonna be on there, like, what was the best moment?
So you mean like best moment in
It don't matter. What was your best moment? Like, when you,
phone call.
out of the whole process.
From the beginning to the end, the phone call.
I mean, I gotta tell you, like, from jump, the whole thing was surreal.
Yeah.
You know,
She was like, Kevin Hart, no.
But as far as like specific to like the set and being on stage and being there and the Hart team being across the room, in the audience, like, for me, the best part had to be when I got the second laugh. When I got the first laugh, that was just like a warm up. But when I got that second laugh, and these jokes were like my ancestry jokes. So, you know, sometimes they're hit or miss with the crowd, because not everybody wants to hear about that.
Yeah.
But when I got that second laugh, and I realized they were with me and they were gonna ride with me, I knew then they were gonna ride with me to the end. And that's when that was my best moment on stage during that event.
Yeah,
you
it
know?
was just like, you knew you captured the crowd.
I knew, yeah.
You dusted that first joke, was like, hey, I'm here.
Right.
And then boom, you went right in.
Yeah, if you with me during the ancestry joke, you probably with me all the way.
Yeah.
How long was the audition? How long was the set that you had to do?
It was I think they gave us 8 minutes, but for me there was no light or anything like that. So it was probably around 8 minutes. I don't know how many.
Talk about what during the show?
Yeah, during the actual live show.
Yeah, it was about 8 minutes, I think. But there wasn't no light or nothing.
Yeah.
They had us tell them what jokes we were going to tell.
Okay.
And we did that. So they knew that we weren't going to go over. Like, so there was no light or nothing. We just.
I think if you make it past 5 and you got laughs all the way through,
yeah,
you can't help before
exactly.
Bring on something silly. But what about you? What was your?
The best moment. That day was a long day, and I got there first. So the best moment.
Whoa, hold up.
Yeah, when I
got there
you black dog. That's not professional of us.
Hey, listen, I got there
on
first.
that CP time.
So I got there first. I filled out the paperwork so I can get paid. And I saw how much I was getting paid. That was the best moment right there.
Oh, okay.
No. But when they took me to our trailer, and we had our own trailer, like that was like a pretty cool moment right there. I mean, besides being on stage, but like when they took us to our trailer and we were hanging out in the trailer.
You probably have visions in your head of like
what's in the trailer,
what's in store in the future.
Yeah.
Probably had that like, yo, I could do this every night.
Definitely.
The trailer was bomb. It was like
so you got like makeup people and
stuff got real.
Did they have like
yeah,
crackers and cheese and like grapes and stuff?
They had like.
Nice.
Look at
and like coquito and
stuff.
Yeah, go ahead, get
we gotta treat you guys good.
On camera,
go ahead. Now you gotta enjoy that.
Yeah.
She got one cracker.
I'm really hungry.
You guys make it big and be like, yo, remember the cheese I gave you? I nourished you when you was.
No, I gotta say, when I found out,
he doesn't nourish us. Just saying.
Yeah. No, I gotta say though, when I found out you guys made it, because I mean, I performed with JR. Come on, B. You know what I mean? Like, yo, we've been
years.
Yo, for a minute. You know what I mean? Like, I remember when you went back home. You went not home. You went to Hawaii. I was like, yo, where's JR, man? So, like, I was excited to know that. I was like, yo, that's somebody that I actually shared the stage with. Yeah. And then I got to see Reece later on. And, like, when I was like, I gave her the biggest hug because I was like, yo. And then I got to perform with her that night, too. So I was just like, yo, and I mean, I was so proud of you guys. I was just like, yo, wow. It's like, it feels so good to, now for real, like, it feels so good to know somebody like, yo, I'm like, yo, we've done some Chitlin Circuit shows, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
some bad shows.
For some good shows, some bad shows, you know what I mean? So, like, I mean, when I first met you, I was like, oh, another black comic. Like, come here, dog. You know what I mean? So, like, when I was so proud of you guys, I was just like, wow, like, somebody that I actually, you know what I mean, that I've been on the stage with, got to do something real big. So I was real proud of you guys, yo. Yeah. Real talk. Like, I seen you, I was like, baby girl, enjoy it. I gave her the biggest hug. I was like, bask in that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I gotta say, I'm so proud of you guys, man. And I'm like, when I was a cheerleader, I was like, yay!
So listen, yo. So, yeah, that's gonna happen. Friday's gonna come, Friday's gonna go, and it's gonna be great. But I know you guys are thinking about what next, right?
Next?
Because
that was my question, but thank you.
You really had to put in a Kevin Hart plug, really? What's next, really?
Well, that's not where I'm going. Where I'm going is that the whole point of doing something like Kevin Hart or getting the opportunity is because people are looking at you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? People are going to see you.
It's a board.
People are going to see you, and they're going to say, you know what? I like these two. I like this guy. I like this lady. Right? And then they're going to come looking for you. So how do you capitalize on that?
You tell me.
I have my own ideas, but I'm asking, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, the first thing I wanted to do was make sure I got on this podcast right here. You know what I'm saying? I had to get on this thing. They wouldn't invite me before, but now that I'm on Kevin Hart, now they want to invite me.
Mike Jones. Mike Jones.
Back then they didn't want me. Now hot, they all on me.
Mike Jones them. We Mike Jones them.
Like I said, people see you.
No, I said to them today, I'm like, this is really important for our community of comedians, for our part of this country. And I really wanted, so the fact that it was last minute, I really appreciate it. But we needed to have you.
Stop kissing the butt.
I'm not kissing, but I was there from the very beginning. No me juegue con you.
I mean, I think it's important with any opportunity to be on a bigger, major platform or get any type of look. You know, it's important to not slow down. It's important to keep that work ethic, that applying to festivals, doing auditions. You know, I'm still doing things like that, and also just to have something unique to yourself you got going on. For example, I got some video series going on YouTube and Facebook. One of them is No Filter, featuring Lady Vane and Reece Cotton. It's just two.
Now, Lady Vane, oh my god, that's like the auntie of comedy right there.
Yeah.
That's like the crazy auntie of comedy right there. Shout out to Lady Vane. Oh man,
Lady
like
Vane.
I love that woman.
I don't think I know her.
Oh, you,
Yeah.
if you get to know, oh man.
I think we performed. I watched it perform before your fundraiser for the production company, and I think we performed for Jess Miller and Cape Cod. It was an all girls event. It was Sarah Martin, myself, Jess Miller.
That's possible. I don't
think I know.
When you've done so many shows.
When you do so many shows, but I'm
Yeah.
almost positive I performed with you
Yeah.
almost a year. Over a year ago, actually.
And you're fairly new to the game too. You only got a couple years in, right?
I just had my 3rd year anniversary.
Wow, 3 years in, and this is
Yeah.
under your belt. She ain't playing no game.
3. Very
So
nice.
yeah, so it's just just kind of important to have that stuff out there, kind of like what you guys are doing with this podcast and the What the Deal Dale brand and all the videos and stuff. I've talked to you about that before. How just in awe and how much just I respect your work ethic and the stuff you do and the material you the funny videos and stuff you put out there. So you just gotta keep that hustle going. It doesn't stop because you are the train. You can't stop reaching for the stars.
No, that's true. That's true.
I like that. You are the train.
I'm actually
I was gonna say, what you got your hands into right now?
I'm actually like in more. Okay, so one, I started my own production company.
Yeah, we've been waiting to hear more. This is the most secretive production company ever.
I know,
So
he was in
we
my
got-
inbox like, yo,
Well,
send me
under construction.
send me some videos, and I was like,
He sends like cryptic messages. I can't say nothing now, but just give me this, and this, and
I'm
whatever.
telling you, like,
Oh wait.
I'm gonna hook you up because you sent me the video. You, on the other hand,
I didn't
you
have a
sent me
video.
nothing.
I didn't have a video.
I'm not surprised.
I'm just so listen.
I'm so unorganized.
I get it. But when you hear the news, you're gonna shoot yourself in the foot. I'm telling you.
I'm gonna shoot myself in the foot. I didn't have no video.
All right. So, but anyway, all right. So, Under Construction Productions. Is
And
my
he's still ain't gonna
production
tell us the news, by the way.
I'm not. I can't.
That's why we invited you here to tell us. Really, to tell us.
As soon as I get the green light, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you. As soon as I find out, I just can't yet. I just can't. So, Under Construction Productions, we do monthly comedy shows in Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Mass. We're designing and developing a mobile app. I don't want to say what it is yet because I haven't patented it yet and put the copyright on it yet. So I want to wait on that. But as soon as I at least get the patent and the copyright, then I can tell everybody what it's going to be about, whether it's developed or not. The third one, we're writing a sitcom. We have two shows already written, where right now we're trying to get the director on board, and we're gonna start doing auditions for that stuff like that. The special part about the show, the sitcom, is going to be in front of a live studio audience, not like that fake studio audience.
So it's gonna be like 1990s.
Yes,
like back in the day,
for real.
Yeah.
So essentially, it's going to look like a play.
I can't stand you.
But it's going to be a TV show. You know what I mean? So I've been doing a lot of acting lately. So that was Under Construction Productions. But personally, I've been doing a lot of acting and plays and stuff like that. So trying to get that up, you know, like, and I've noticed that acting is helping my comedy too. Because when you're on stage acting, even if something's funny, you're not saying it for the joke. You're not saying it to be funny. You're saying your lines, you know. And even if you're doing like a full monologue, you are more comfortable on stage telling your story without laughter. Like, because, you know, when you're on stage and you're doing comedy, if you're telling a long story and they're not laughing, you get like anxious and you want to start telling it faster so you can like get to the funny part real quick. But acting gets you more comfortable in the silence.
You know, it's interesting because I thought about that when I watch people do like TED Talks and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was thinking like, man, it's like they'll sit there for half an hour and just talk and no one says anything.
Yeah.
They're just staring at you.
Yeah.
You know, but it got to be weird, different.
Yeah.
But
So that's actually helped me to be more comfortable on stage and more comfortable in the silence and more comfortable in my character and my, you know, my thing. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
So yeah.
Nice, man. Wow, you guys are doing a lot, man. I feel like a loser, man. Yo, I gotta get it together. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah,
we got different lanes, and the great thing is about people like us. Even though we're doing different things, we want to bring everybody with us.
What do you mean
Absolutely.
us?
All the local comics in the
one,
area.
two, 3, 4, 5.
We're
Us.
like the comedy family of New
No,
England.
but the reason why I said that because there's probably people out there sitting there saying, "Does he mean?"
Well, when
us?
he mean
No.
us.
So no.
I'm
I'm not
mean
talking
us
about.
people?
I'm not talking about culture. I'm not talking about race. I'm not talking about anything like that. I'm talking about Dale, Reece, Jr., Anthony, and Liani.
Mm-hmm.
We want to bring everybody with us.
Right.
There's
And
not
that's
a
what
lot
we
of people.
stand for,
There's not a
too.
lot of people like that.
No.
Like people want to be successful on their own and want to leave everybody in the
And
dust.
the dust.
You know what I mean? Like that's not me at all. What and it'll be evident when I can release this project. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about, and you can record. You obviously recording this. You can look back on this. And you're like, all right, that's what he was talking about. I'm not trying to blow up and leave Rhode Island.
Right.
You know, I'm trying to blow up and make
build it up.
everybody look at Rhode Island as a performing arts
Absolutely.
state. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's one thing
So,
that, I mean, that's one thing for What the Deal Dale, that's one thing that we started as we were evolving, is to bring up our own community, because it's important for us that, for example, when we do our food reviews, you know, we stay mom and pops. It's all about the people that are building up the communities. Go and support them.
Right.
Now, I've been in comedy for 2 years, but I'm finding that I love the writing, the producing, the promoting, and getting the word out, and making sure everything looks good, more so than being on stage. I did the acting for 3 years. I love it, and I'm going back to that.
Yeah.
No snap.
But I love that. So that's why this is the opportunity for you to say, listen, everybody, like, this is happening on Friday.
No, but
You
he
know
said
what I
it.
mean?
He said it clear when he was talking with
Absolutely.
Kevin Hart. He was even saying like Kevin Hart could have took the shine, whatever, but he's going out of his way. Kevin Hart's already established,
Right.
so he's going out of his way to put people on, and you know what I'm saying. So you can see it's like a trickle down effect where like JR's like, yo, there's people out here that's funny too, like you know. So I mean, like I said, I've done plenty of shows with JR. So you know what I'm saying. I remember those days. You know what I mean? When I tell every comedian, if you ain't been in a room with 5 people, a bar, nobody's paying attention to you, and you ain't got no laughs, go cut your gums, man, because those are the times that are the hardest. So I know when
it
you
builds
got,
you up, it
I know when
builds
you got the heart of the
character.
city, I know you remember, because like I said, there was plenty of shows that we've been on, and I remember. So when you get to that level, it makes you go back and be like, yo, wow, it was a tough road, but just still going, like you said, Reece, that train is still moving.
Yeah.
That train is still moving. So
I do have a question. Like, so back to the beginning, when you first got that call, was it a call or was it an email? What was
I got a
it?
call.
So you got a call?
Yeah. What you get? That call.
she's like,
I don't know who the first
it was
one
a
is.
text
First of all,
/ Twitter.
did
It
you
was
do
a
that
text
dance?
/
I'd be
tweet.
like, I'd be like checking this.
I was honestly.
And who did you say
He was
first?
at
Alright, so-
Popeyes eating chicken.
So what happened? Yeah, probably. No, what had happened was
He's
I don't answer phone calls that I don't recognize. I don't answer numbers like it's
You
just
got bills to pay.
yeah, exactly, basically. So I didn't answer it. Left the voicemail. Somebody else called me in the next couple of days. I didn't answer it. Left the voicemail. I was at a Funny for Fun show. I do my thing, and then I actually had to leave early because I had another show to go to. So I'm like, man, let me check these messages. I checked it, and it was Kevin Hart's people. I'm like, I gotta call back. I called.
Lucky, man.
Yeah, I called back,
Lucky.
and Frank Holder. He's like, man, we almost called somebody else. I'm like, oh my goodness. So he called me. So and I think the first person I called was my mom.
Sweet.
Yeah, I think that was the first person I called.
Good. She's like, good. Now you can pay me that $20. You
Yeah.
Did you do that jumping? Like, I mean, I would have.
I was driving.
I would have parked the car and jumped out the car, and just jumped out. I was like this because it's just so exciting.
Nah, what made me mad was like they told us, but like, hey, don't tell nobody. I'm like, I can't tell
right.
nobody.
You told your mom.
That's
Because I
right.
told my mom.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
sorry,
Did you
Kevin,
say my
I
mom
told
can't
mom.
tell everybody?
No, as he's talking about it, it's giving me some memory because honestly, it's a blur. It's a blur to me. I'm like, did I get a call? was it a email?
You
But
getting bougie already?
No.
Did I get a call? He photosynthesized me. I was right on the stage. I knew it.
He might have celebrated.
It was a combination. I just didn't know which one came first. So I don't, I like to be accurate if I can. But it was a call followed by emails, and that's how it went down. And I was excited. It was surreal. I think I was in shock more than anything.
The whole process was like mind blowing.
Now, real quick though, there is another person from our area, Boston, that's involved in the show too,
Jay
right?
Smitty.
One more. That the other person.
Yep.
Jay Smitty. Shout out to Jay Smitty.
I haven't met him.
We share the same last name, bro.
He's hilarious. Hilarious.
Yeah.
He's from Boston.
Yeah, he's. I don't want to give away his set. Never mind.
You
Oh, really?
You guys gotta watch it tomorrow.
Gotta watch it tomorrow.
Friday. On Comedy Central. So how can they get in touch with either you guys? How can they get in touch with you? So
to get in touch with me, the best way is to contact me via email, and you can do that by going to my website, comedybycotton.com, or you can find me on Facebook, facebook.com/comedy. By Cotton.
You
can also find me on Facebook.
Is this a blur? You okay?
No.
It's just.
Take some acting class.
Nah, she's happy, yo. Nah, that's a beautiful moment. Nah, man, that's a beautiful moment, man.
But if you want my personal Facebook, those are my business pages. But if you want my personal Facebook page, you could check me out at facebook.com/Reece Cotton, ReeceCotton.
Nice.
Awesome. What about you, brother? He needs to be asked.
Yo, after all she done, you want to rethink. Make sure you coordinate your stuff. Coordinate how you gonna do this.
So it's real easy. I'm a save. Just send me a friend request. And I'll link all that other stuff, all my business stuff later. But send me a friend request, J.R. Adams, Jay space ARE space ADAMS. And then you can find out everything else that you need to find out.
The first person, ladies and gentlemen, to ever spell junior.
No,
that way.
It's J.R.
So it is the holiday season, so what are you guys doing for Christmas this weekend? So we're celebrating on the 22nd, watching your show, and then are you going away? Are you staying local? I'm
gonna be local, spending time with family. Yeah.
My kids are going to be with their mom for Christmas Eve, and I'm going to pick them up during the day on Christmas.
Nice.
Oh, so you going to dress as Santa Claus?
No, I'm not giving that.
I'm not giving that
dude any of my credit.
No,
I'm done with that. I used to.
I went through that too.
Yeah.
Santa's dead now.
Yeah.
It took a long time, but he's dead.
Yeah. I mean, I'll let them believe that's cool, but
people's children might be watching. He's
this
kidding.
This is an adult show.
He's kidding. He's kidding. That's what you think.
True.
So I'm gonna serve some of this. This is coquito, Puerto Rican.
Oh, we're gonna give him a shot before we close out. No, they don't. Actually, no. All right, no, they don't need that in their life. Alki, okay, you gonna put that right there.
We'll celebrate real quick.
Yeah, but I'm gonna take this for you.
Yeah,
all right, because you guys,
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
But
sounds good.
But anyway.
So tell people what's coquito that don't know.
So coquito is Puerto Rican eggnog.
She just keeps dropping it.
Sorry, it's coconut milk.
I didn't know eggnog.
151, 151, Bacardi 151.
Hook me up.
Canela.
Alright guys, so we're going to celebrate. Make sure you watch Heart of the City Friday, Comedy Central. What time again? 11 p.m. So,
yes, you get to see JR and Reece.
Alright. Boy's name? Shout him out.
Jay Smitty.
Alright, it's been another episode. What the deal there? We'll be back next time. And also catch us in the new year.
Yes. Got some big things coming up for 2018, people. Hoodie Smith.
Cheers,
out.
Peace.
There we go.